everyone, it's Trish and I'm so excited to share with you my fitness journey. This journey was not always something easy for me to share, but if you follow me on Instagram, I've been kind of sharing little bits and pieces of it, so I thought I'd finally just make a video detailing what I did to kind of get where I'm at and what my goals are and how I was able to kind of keep the weight off. Let me just start from the very beginning. When I was little, I kind of always found myself to be a little bit bigger than my friends, whether it be taller, slightly chubbier. That had always kind of been normal for me. I always kind of had a big belly growing up as a little kid. That never fazed me up until I had moved over here to the US. I distinctly remember when I first went to the doc, I was around 7 years old, and they were trying to measure my height and weight. They said, "Oh, you're overweight." That was kind of the first time I had ever heard that word, and I would continue to hear it throughout middle school and high school. So in middle school, I played volleyball, and then I also played volleyball in high school. After sophomore year, I just started to gain more weight. It was because I was more sedentary. I wasn't even like taking walks outside. I remember telling myself that I would lose some weight for prom so that, you know, I could fit into this nice prom dress and have really awesome prom pictures, and just really wasn't motivated at the thought of working out at home, but I also wasn't proactive about it. Fast forward to college, I did not go to the gym even though our gym was free. I would have friends who I would try to do active things with. I did Zumba with one of my close nursing friends for a little bit, and we would go to Zumba classes. A bulk of that time was clustered together when I was training for Tough Mudder. So there was a time when my nursing friends and I decided that we were going to train for Tough Mudder, so that's when I picked up like BBG by Kayla, It Signs, like try to run from Santa Monica to the beach, and then I would just like take an Uber back. But something to know about UCLA is that we absolutely had the best dining food ever. And so when I dormed my first 2 years, I kind of just had this attitude of like, okay, I'm gonna eat their food here because, first of all, the menu was different every day and we always had something different, and it was always amazing, and there was never, you would never run out of any choices. And second of all, I thought that if I could get by and not gain the freshman 15, that weight gain wouldn't affect me to the extent that it did. But again, I wasn't really actively chasing out a healthy lifestyle. One of the things that really hit me about how unhappy I was with my weight in college was that my second anniversary with my boyfriend, he planned this really awesome beach trip. I think we went hiking and then we went to the beach. Because of how unhappy I was with my body, just being at the beach kind of triggered me, and I kind of went into this bad mood where I didn't want to be there. It was really hard to not compare myself with those people and to just kind of be happy in the moment. And even in college, when I was with my friends, they were all super active and super beautiful that I just felt so ashamed to not doing anything. Oh my gosh, this is making me so sweet. Oh, okay, sorry, I got triggered a little bit. I go through this cycle of being like, why do you feel this way about yourself when there are other people who may have it worse off? And I just had such a bad body image of myself that it would just really kind of cloud my days, and I'm just getting so triggered thinking about it. I'm having flashbacks of like family members telling me that I was too fat and that they didn't like it and that I had to do something about it, and just like feeling like I couldn't do anything about it. And like I said, like having friends who were so like active and fit and beautiful and not feeling like I could relate to them, and just always kind of feeling like, I'm sorry to put it this way, I like really hate phrasing things this way, like the ugly friend, because I wasn't in the state of mind and wasn't where I wanted to be, and like didn't feel like that's how I wanted to look anymore. And not being able to do anything about it. And that was really hard for me. Okay, I'm back. I just had to take a brief moment. I don't know why that was so triggering. It kind of had been a while since I had voiced it, I guess, or just kind of been in that state that to think about how low I felt, it was heartbreaking for me. So that's kind of how I felt throughout college and high school. I really didn't have a good body image of myself. I really didn't see myself in a good light. I actually didn't do anything about it. I was so passive, and that's kind of frustrating to think about now. When I graduated college, I was in the first year orientation for being a nurse. That was when it was the most stressful. I had to take my NCLEX to become a nurse, and then I started my job right after that. Because of those things, I had slowly started to gain weight. I was hitting 155, around that range where I had never been before. When I had gotten there, at first it was like, okay, it's 5 pounds, it's fine, I will get back to my weight. But then when January hit of 2018, I had a weigh-in with my trainer, and I was the heaviest that I had ever been at 160. And I just remember being really disappointed because I could see it in my photos. I could see that my face was bigger. You could see it in my body shape. When that time hit, my mom had just kind of talked me into getting a personal trainer with her. So we signed up. She maybe did the first month with me, and then she was like, I can't do this. It's not really interesting to me, but because she had put it under my card and I was paying for it, I was stuck with going for the year contract. I didn't really take any before photos. I didn't think that this was something that could happen for me. I thought it was just something that could happen for people who are really disciplined. And I remember my boyfriend saying, when you start to see the change, that's what will really hook you, and that's what will really get you coming into the gym more. While I kind of had that in the back of my head, I didn't see a change, didn't see a change. Started seeing some slight changes in May, and I started in January. And then when people really started to notice was more so August, and they started going, hey, did you lose a little bit of weight? And then that really kind of inspired me to hear that, because it meant that all my work had been paying off. Then from August, I had a better mindset as to how to approach the gym, and I was always more motivated when they would say, like, one more rep, come on, push yourself, because I knew and I could see the changes that were starting to happen, even though they were so slow. After that first initial change, I had a better relationship with the gym, but I still didn't know how to eat very well or how to plan my own workouts. So I spent all of 2019 kind of just getting familiar with the equipment at the gym, in the sense that I wanted to be sure that I knew how to use these things without my trainer, and to know which parts of the body I'm training, or how to create a really structured workout where I hit all those different muscle groups. That was kind of my own little project, because for that first year I had that safety net of, okay, I would just come into the gym, I'd do whatever my trainer told me, and then I'd go home. And now it was like, well, if I ever want to transition and do this by myself, then I need to kind of know what I'm doing on my own. So I did a lot of research. While I was working with my trainer, I tried to remember which muscle groups we were working, what we were doing. That really helped me to kind of transition so I could work out on my own. I did some challenges to help me strengthen different muscle groups. Like I did a pull-up challenge last year, and that was really awesome to kind of hit my goal before the year ended. And this year I'm really kind of trying to focus on food. So I had started off eating whatever, and because of newbie gains, I was able to kind of just get away with it, eating however I wanted to, as long as I was drinking water. I did cut back on rice and just extra carbs, but I was still having a lot of sugar in my diet, eating chocolate all the time, eating pizza here and there. And so this year I'm really just trying to focus on really having a nice, wholesome diet that really kind of provides the right nutrients that I can fit in my macros, and really kind of get strong and lean that way. So my first year was just getting started. Last year was getting more comfortable at the gym and planning my own workouts, doing my own workout split, and then this year is going to be all about the year of the food. I want to say that I'm doing well. Quarantine has kind of set me back a little bit, but I need to be more disciplined in indulging myself so that I can kind of get to where I want to be at the end of the year. So now I'm just going to share my biggest tips. Tip number one, always track your progress, whether that be you have a body composition scale or you take photos. I personally recommend taking photos. I know that I don't have very many photos from the very start of my fitness journey because I didn't believe that it was something that I could do. I think that it would have been a big motivating factor had I just done that from the beginning, because I can really see the changes. I'm gonna insert a clip of me from the beginning of this year, January, to I think it's like the end of March, and just seeing the difference that food plays and how it had changed my body composition. That was kind of a motivating factor for me, because now it's not like I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to build muscle and just like lose a little bit of fat and mostly look lean but strong. My next tip would just kind of be, if you don't know where to get started, invest in yourself and invest in people that can help you. Get a personal trainer for your first year if you have to, or if you can't afford a year, get a personal trainer for a month or 3 months or 5 months and really kind of take notes on what they say. Ask them to really kind of help you on both sides, your diet and nutrition and your fitness and what you can do outside of your training with them. Is it cardio? Is it extra weightlifting sessions? Things like that. Then I would really kind of have someone there to kind of keep you accountable. That's like someone you know and trust, like a friend. Like on days where I'm not motivated to work out, I ask my friends, like, hey, do you mind FaceTiming with me and working out? And we'll work out together. And then I'll feel a little bit better than I did if I were to just kind of sit at home and not work out. 4, drink a lot of water and really kind of get those veggies in. Really invest in foods that help you feel full. Like, for example, I eat every 2 to 3 hours and I still feel full because I'm eating things that keep me filled, that won't have me looking through the snack drawer and grabbing like chocolates or chips or things like that. And then my last tip would just be patient and really kind of just manifest the goal that you see, whether it's losing weight, gaining muscle, anything. Just really kind of try to manifest it in your head and take baby steps towards it. The things that you don't have to be drastic changes. You don't have to throw away chocolate. You don't have to cut out all bread. But as long as you're doing something to get to your goals, that is absolutely better than nothing. And it's honestly kind of changed the way I've thought about projects and the way I've thought about me. Like, I'm not at perfectly where I want to be with my body, but I know that I can get there if I just do little tweaks here and there to my diet, do little tweaks here and there to my workouts, and just kind of trusting that you will get there and that you can do whatever it is that you set your mind to. If you just plan that goal, really kind of have it there and just hold on to it and take steps, even if it's baby ones. Okay, that's all I have for today. I didn't expect to get so emotional in this video, but that's my journey, and I hope you guys learned a little bit about something about me, and thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.